Hello everyone and welcome to Quantum Universum. The Ouija board is a table used for mediumistic communications with ancient origins, and its use is highly controversial. In the realm of the sacred and the profane, the Ouija board is still considered one of the most well-known and frequently used tools during seances to interact with the souls of the departed and various entities. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to stay updated on our upcoming videos on personal growth and spiritual well-being. The Ouija board, also known as a Ouija in English, is a tool used for mediumistic communications, invented around the mid-20th century. According to some legends, although there is no documented evidence, the origins of this board may be much older, even dating back to the time of Pythagoras, who is said to have used it to communicate with the invisible world. In the 19th century, Elijah J. Bond and Charles Kennard, two businessmen considered the inventors of the Ouija board, patented it, and introduced it to the market in 1901. The name they chose, Ouija, refers to the French word oui and the German word ja, both meaning yes, although some interpretations suggest that the translation of this term from ancient Egyptian signifies good luck. The Ouija board consists of a flat wooden surface with all the letters of the alphabet, numbers from 1 to 9, the words yes and no, and the terms hello and goodbye inscribed on it. To use the board, an accompanying movable indicator, a sort of metal planchette, is required. According to popular traditions in many countries around the world, the Ouija board is the most commonly used tool for seances. Those who use it aim to interact with spirits, which communicate with the tangible world and manifest their presence by moving the planchette over the letters and numbers engraved on the board, according to the responses they wish to convey. It is important to note that the movement of the indicator is attributed to an external force and not direct control by the participants. In popular culture, especially in the 1920s, the Ouija board was considered a genuine spiritual gateway, capable of connecting people with spirits and entities inhabiting the world beyond. Even today, it is believed that the Ouija board is a sinister tool, mostly used by occult practitioners and a very dangerous method for attracting malevolent entities. Although many scholars over the years have delved into the Ouija board, attributing it to an ideomotor effect, an unconscious human movement suggested by the psyche, there are numerous accounts of individuals who have tried this experience and have spoken of it as a warning not to partake. These same individuals recommend never using the board alone and suggest placing a silver coin on its surface, which is considered, in popular tradition, a good method to keep malevolent spirits and entities at bay. When using the Ouija board, it is important to follow a process for opening and closing a session to establish a boundary between the world of spirits and the physical world, protecting the participants from potential risks or interference. To open a session with the Ouija board, it is advisable to prepare in a quiet location with participants who are aware of the potential risks and the rules to follow. Some people prefer to begin with a brief opening ceremony, such as a prayer or a moment of reflection, to set the intention and connection with the spirits. It is essential for all participants to maintain a positive and focused state of mind, avoiding fear or anxiety. During the session, it is possible to ask welcoming questions to the spirits to establish a dialogue. When ready to close the session, it is important to thank the spirits for their participation and ask farewell questions to determine if they still wish to communicate. Removing the indicator or planchette from the board signifies the end of the session. Some prefer to conclude with a closing ceremony to sever the connection with the world of spirits definitively. After the session, participants should maintain a positive and relaxed state of mind, avoiding leaving doors open to worry or fear. It is important and essential to carefully follow the rules for opening and closing, in addition to using this tool responsibly and consciously, avoiding situations that could cause anxiety, fear, or worse. The operating principle of the board involves participants resting their fingers on the planchette, asking the questions they desire of the spirit, and awaiting the response, which materializes through the movement of the planchette over the letters, numbers, and yes and no responses inscribed on the board, much like how a magnet moves according to attraction. The questions are typically simple and brief, always asked with the awareness of never inquiring about one's own death or the death of a loved one. According to the board's rules, it is best to never ask the spirit to prove its existence in any way, avoiding annoying, challenging, or mocking it. Among the participants in the session, one usually serves as the medium, the person responsible for interacting with the spirit and posing questions on behalf of other participants. Throughout the session, no one, not even in the event of sudden fright, should remove their fingers from the planchette. If the experience generates fear or discomfort, it is advisable to close the session by moving the planchette over the goodbye inscription, effectively bidding farewell to the spirit. In conclusion, the use of the Ouija board is controversial and potentially dangerous from both a psychological and spiritual perspective. It is important to consider the associated risks carefully and evaluate whether you wish to use it. If you decide to do so, ensure that you do it responsibly, respecting the rules and precautions, and always seek the support of experts in case of unpleasant experiences. Never use it alone. It is not a game, but a portal that genuinely opens up communication with entities. I sincerely advise against approaching this means of communication. I have shared this information because it is essential to convey even these aspects. If you truly desire to attempt to make contact with the invisible world, choose less invasive methods, but no less effective, and never cease working on yourselves and elevating your level of consciousness and awareness. Keep your vibrations high. The higher you resonate, the less anything from lower levels can affect you. As always, thank you for being with me on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to let me know by giving it a like and leaving a comment. See you soon in the next video.